I guess for the first 10 seconds, we can just look at this. It took me hours to do. Had to find the right font and put the right, yeah. It's okay. So, hi. I'm so happy to be here. So I would like every Ruby lover to stand up. No? No one? Come on, guys. I see you in the back. You're still sitting. All right, that's good. There's like still a couple of guys who just like don't love Ruby. It's fine. And any music lover, please stand up. I know, like it's a lot of standing up to be this early in the morning, right? It's okay. I mean, I'm sure you can manage. Good. So everybody who's a Ruby lover and a music lover at the same time, you know what you should do? Stand up. So cool. So please keep staying up for a little while. So you guys are the absolute rock stars of this talk. So you both know Ruby, you really love music, you're the elite, right? So the thing is, when I discovered Sonic Pi, everybody involved in Sonic Pi and the project, they were like absolute rock stars. And I know nothing about music. So I was like, okay, I suck. But apparently the program is so cool that even if you don't know music, you can still build pretty cool things with it. So yeah, I'm sure that everybody else can still be really, like, have some fun. So now you can sit down, sorry. That was a lot of time standing up. So I have to warn you that I've prepared some slides for this talk, but none of them are serious. So I'm just gonna quickly go through over them, but then we'll start with the real deal, hopefully. Oh shoot. So I'm Drew. You can find me on Twitter as Arkham. It's a bit weird because the second age is a 4, but someone took my nick, so yeah. I managed to secure it on GitHub, so on GitHub I'm Arkham with actual letters, but. So, a couple of things about me. I'm a software engineer. I discovered Ruby 5 years ago in this same city. So it was the first language I used professionally. And I absolutely fell in love with it. So yeah, I never stopped doing it. I guess I'm doing a bit of JavaScript now on the side, if that's okay with you. But apparently you can't not do JavaScript nowadays, so. This year I got addicted to rock climbing, so that's me. There? Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you. I live in London. I moved 2 years ago, and here's a lovely picture of our beloved king. Yeah. I work for a company which is called Alpha Sites, which very kindly sponsored me to come here today. And we build amazing products using Ruby, Ember.js, and Elixir. I have also some t-shirts. Little fun thing, and I really like that this is being recorded, because the guy in the yellow Teletubby costume, he's the technical lead of the company. Yes, yes. Hi, Tor. Gotcha. So, as you might have realized, I really love Ruby as a language. I think it's just fantastic. It's so expressive, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it, and still my favorite. Also, I love Turin. I lived here around 10 years, and I did my university here. I worked here for the first time. I think it's just beautiful, especially in the winter when you can see all those snowy mountains. It's just, yeah, it's really beautiful. So when I heard that this year's RubyDay was going to be in Turin, I think I took a picture of myself. So yeah, I was super excited. And even this morning, I was so happy to see a lot of friends, and yeah, it just feels great. So since I know that this is very international, I thought that some of you might not know a lot about Turin. So instead of spending a lot of time on my talk, I actually prepared some slides about Turin. I don't know. You'll judge if it's worth it, but hopefully it's going to be quick, and then I'll get down to the codes. So Turin, in Italian, is Torino. If you can't read Italian, you can't speak Italian, I think I made something reasonable. I think Torino. I've asked some English friends of mine. They said, like, yeah, this sounds good. So, yeah, blame them. And it's famous for a lot of things. So in 1861, it was declared the capital of the newly founded Kingdom of Italy. So, and this was more than 150 years ago. We have one very famous football team, which is called Torino. I haven't heard of any other team. I don't know. Maybe. Some of you might not know that James Bond owes us something. So, you know the famous James Bond drink, which is medium vodka, dry martini, slice of lemon peels, shaken, not stirred, something. So, half of this drink is actually made in Torino. So there's this company, Martini e Rossi. It was founded 2 years after Turin was declared capital. So even this company is more than 150 years old. And they used to make this vermouth, which is what martini is today, more or less. We have some pretty good food, I think. Well, I mean, I think in Italy, every region thinks they have the best food, so I don't think that's really fair. But anyhow, we have this thing, which is a dip made of anchovies, garlic, olive oil, a little bit of milk and butter, depending how heretic you are. And you mash it all up, you put a candle beneath it to keep it warm, and then you use either raw or cooked vegetables and just like get down with it. And it's really good. The only downside is that you start sweating garlic for like 3 days. So I don't know, if you have like an interview or something, you might not want to do that. And it's called bagna cauda. Good? Good. This is a very special type of chocolate. It's made of sugar, cocoa, and hazelnut. And the weird thing about it, if you never tried this, please do. And you put it in your mouth. You don't have to chew it because it instantly melts. It's that good. And it's called gianduiotto. Okay. Last thing. It's made of chocolate, sometimes the same chocolate from the gianduiotto, coffee and cream. And they serve it in these amazing glasses and it's just like fantastic. And it's called bicerin. Fun fact, bicerin actually means small glass. So I guess that's why they like choose like really pretty glasses to serve it. Okay, this is like the most controversial part about Turin. And I'm sure you guys have all your ideas and stuff, but like this is the truth. So some of you might not know that Turin contributed a lot of computing as a thing. So computing wouldn't be where it is without Turin. So for example, we invented the Turing test. It's basically very important like in artificial intelligence, and it was made in Turin. We made the Turing machine. So basically, it's like the predecessor of all like modern time computers. And using Turing machines, you can solve problems which are called Turing complete. So, I mean, I'm sure that this is a bit controversial, but that's the truth. So, you know, what can you do? It's just the truth. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's it. No more jokes. So, I have to type. Can I just put it in some certain position? Let's start with this amazing program. This program is called Sonic Pi. It was built by, I've never had like such small screen since 1990. Come on, I don't think the program is designed for this. Info? Yeah, good. So this program was built by this guy, which is called Sam Aaron. He's a crazily smart guy. He works as a researcher in the University of Cambridge. And he's one of the rock stars I was referring to before. He's really good in computer science. He's really good in music. He's awesome. And he built this tool, which is called Sonic Pi, to teach programming to kids. So you teach programming to people who've never been exposed to programming before. And if you know kids, they have like an attention span which is like this short. So you're like, hey, and they're just like gone. And you're like, okay, now I'm gonna teach you about loops and functional programming, right? And they're like, oh yeah, screw you. Oops, I said it. Anyhow, he built this tool, and using this tool, you can play music with it. So hopefully this will work. More. Yes. So you say play, you write a number. This is actually the MIDI representation of the note. So you do Command R, and it plays, right? So that's really cool to kids, I think. It was cool to me, so. So instead of playing numbers, you can also play symbols, right? You know Ruby symbols. So you know that the English notation of notes, you can use C for what in Italian would call do. I don't know, it's weird. We have like different notations for music. And if you do this, same thing, right? So the thing is, like, you can play this, I can change it, I can change it, I can change it. Okay, it works. So let's say I want to play more music, because it's never enough. That sounds weird. I guess it just like played all at the same time. So instead, if I add sleep, the beloved sleep, the friend of every true programmer, that sounds good. Yeah, it sounds better. But I don't know, I think it's a bit like too slow for the modern times. So maybe I can use BPM to set a new beats per minute. That's better. So this is already really cool. But what if I told you that the red pill, no. If this is just Ruby, I run putest Ruby version and it says 222. So everything you're seeing and everything you will see in this whole talk is just Ruby. So it's just like someone wrote their own scheduler, their own timer, because apparently you can't trust the operating system to actually measure 1 second. I mean, I guess like Turin machines were better than that, at least. Anyhow, so they wrote their own versions of like all the OS internals to make sure that when you say sleep 1 second, it actually sleeps 1 second and not 1.1 seconds or anything like that. But anything, like all of this is Ruby. So I was thinking I could just like show like how to write a simple song. So I just do this, and I do this, and I do this, and then I do this. So this is Ruby, right? So I can have this amazing construct which is called 2 times. So you can run the block twice, right? Something's weird. I think we have to add sleep here, right? Much better. Since we're all really good programmers, we're like, oh my god, there's so much duplication in this block, right? I'm playing, I'm sleeping, like, this fucking sucks. We need an abstraction over it, right? And you're like, oh yeah, sure, I can build an abstraction just fine. So I say play note, and then I say sleep 1, and then I can rewrite this. I rewrite this using the notes because I think they're a bit easier to read. But play C, play D, play E, play C. I'm quite happy. Maybe we want to make it a bit faster. Better, right? So yeah, let's just like, no, I'll just revert it actually, because like the song is gonna get faster. So yeah, I don't want to spoil it. And anyhow, so we can keep playing the song. So E, I guess. And then I want to play F, and then I want to play G, and I want to repeat this twice as well. If you know the song, this sounds weird. By the way, this song is, in Italian, it's called Fra Martino. In Britain, I think it's called Brother John. In France, it's called Frère Jacques, I think. So yeah, I think pretty much everyone should like have this like tune familiar. And it just sounds weird because we know that the last note should last more. So there's this really good thing that we can pass parameters to our functions. And Ruby, since Ruby 2, we can also have keyword arguments with defaults. So we can do something like this, and then I'll do S2. sounds a bit like better, right? But still the last note should last more. Now we just waited that much time, but actually the note should last more. So every time you're playing a note in Sonic Pi, you have an attribute, which a parameter we can pass, which is release, which tells the synthesizer like how long this note should last. And we can pass this as a parameter as well. And we can use this little nice trick of Ruby keyword arguments that they can actually depend on each other. So if you could do something like this, and you do R, you will like inherit what has been passed as S. This sounds right. Like, you just like feel it's right. And now we have like the third part, which is P, G, P. Actually, in this case, oh, you can't see this. Okay, good. So, and here will be 0.5, and then we have A, which is S 0.5, and then we have, I know you programmers are already bored at this point. Oh my God, it's like typing so much code, but I can't use Vim in this thing. So I couldn't manage to make it work well with Vim and running Sonic Pi commands. So yeah, there you have it. F, S 0.5, and then you play E, and then you play C again, right? And you time this twice. And you do it. Good. It's always such a pleasure. Like, do you remember the first time you wrote your first program? You're like, printf hello world, and you run it, and you compile it, and you run it, and it prints out. It's like, wow, that's like amazing. Now think about what you're working on every day. I'm doing this work of art. I've just built this new implementation of Reflux, which uses stores to communicate dataset changes. And yeah, that's like an amazing technical challenge that you just solved. But I don't think it gives you the raw pleasure that seeing printf hello world gives you. I mean, at least not to me, but I mean, anybody has their own thingies, I guess. So anyhow, let's stop ranting. Let's finish up the song. So actually, when I'm writing play C, there's many different octaves in the program. So actually, I'm playing C4, so the C in the 4th octave. So you can go and play something before, and then we'll play the last one, but make it release 2. Ooh, I used P. I should have used my beautiful abstraction over it. So that's better. So yeah, I think we're ready to hear the whole song. And good. So let me uncomment this. Right? Maybe? No, actually I made a mistake. This should have been an S. That's why you heard that in the last bit there was a bit of like something wrong. You can just feel it. Oh well, I just won't bore you with this. But anyhow, let's call this Fra Martino, right? And since everything of this is actually Ruby code, you can just do and just call it. Oh God, let me just add like a comment so that the syntax highlighter won't break. And this will just work. So basically, you can do a lot of things with this. And what you hear, the sounds that you actually hear right now, is the default synth. But there are many different synths. So the default is Bip. But let's say I want to use Pretty Bell. Sounds good. Or let's say I want to use something else like Hoover. Let's say we want to use Hoover, but with some serious BPM. Right? I don't know. It feels pretty amazing, right? So, as I said, like this is me, and I know absolutely nothing about music. But obviously, around the world, there are like really cool people, and like they're really smart. They know music, they know programming. So if you know programming and music at the same time, actually ends up building something like this. it just like shows you how much you can actually build with this thing. And we always say that tools basically change our mindset about things, right? And if you think about what is the normal experience of composing music, it's not like this. And if you're a programmer, you see this, you see just like so many words like opening up. And you see like the work that people around the world have been doing with this tool, and just fantastic. Okay, cool. So how much time do I have left? 20 minutes? Yes, good. So maybe we can show you something else. No, where did I start? Oh, this one, sorry. So let's delete this. We don't need it. There's this cool thing which is called samples. And there are a lot of samples which are provided with the program. And listen to this. So, and obviously you can loop this and listen forever if you're that type of guy. Ooh, no. Wait, something went wrong, right? Error, thread got too far. Whoa. Calm down. So there's this nice thing which is called sleep, and then you can pass this function which is called sample duration. It will measure how long a sample is. I think I broke it. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Let me try to fix it like every good engineer would. Applications. Oh my God, so small. If that doesn't work, I know the internals of it, so I'll just kill this Ruby server that... Oh yeah, good. And that's pretty cool, right? And it has like this sort of like rhythm-based feel to it, which is pretty cool. The good thing about samples is you can manipulate them. So like this same sample, which was like rhythm-based, listen to how hip-hop it's right now. Or let's say you're more like 90s electronic type of guy, right? Good. Or like you're like one of those guys who just like to read books on the beach. Or you're that type of guy who like, can I say it? I hope so, like worships the devil. I said it. You can do something like this. Right? So hopefully you're now convinced that this tool is like fantastic. And the thing is, this is not the coolest part of it yet. I've called the talk Live Music, Live Coding, not because I'm live coding, sort of, but because this tool has this thing which is called Live Loop, which hot swaps code on the fly, keeping the bit. So, and when I say bit, it's like B-E-A-T, not the other bit. Yeah. So let's say here I do something like sleep. Sorry, I'm sleeping already. Play 6, sleep 1, and... You can see, like, you can hear it's really low, right? What if we used some badass synthesizer? Prophet. Right? And what if we could pass a cutoff? So basically how he plays the note, he starts with the note and he will end up with something else. And we could also play with the release a little bit. There's this amazing thing which is called chord. So you can tell, okay, make this chord, make it minor, and roots. And then choose one of those. This is a bit slow, right? Let's make it faster. And also, you can use effects. So you know when you used to play guitar, you had all those pedals. You have them here. So with effects. And let's use something simple like reverb, right? I can specify the amp of it. Let's do 2. I can't hear it much. Let's use something a bit more violent. Or something a bit more, I don't know. Oh, you can't hear that well here. It's a pity. If you have like both headphones on, it'll just like go through all the way, which is pretty cool. And you can use like echoes. And what if we wanted to add drums, right? Live loop, drums, do, and you have samples for drums. So let's do something not that hard, like heavy kick and sleep every 5. And the problem is, like, if you know threads, usually threads have a hard time communicating with each other. They like share some memory, but they don't really like send much information to their parent and stuff like that. But in this implementation of threads, they actually do, so they're smarter. And you can make threads sync with each other. So you can do sync and tell them, okay, now this thread has to sync with the RubyDay thread. Okay. And the thing is, I suck at this, right? If your first thing, like if the first thing you think about, this guy really sucks at this, and then I can do something like this. Anybody could. I'm not like being modest. This is the actual truth. Because if you think someone which is good at music and really knows how to make the perfect sound for a synthesizer, they can make something which sounds pretty much like this. Listen to the sound. It's just like so accurate. The drums. Enough. I think you might have understood I'm quite a silly guy, usually. So when I was preparing this talk, I was like, what is the absolute silliest thing I can build with it, right? And you take pride into building the silliest things. So what was the silliest thing I've built? Let me try to open up my source codes. And don't read this, just like don't look at it, just let me copy it. I want to go here, I want to disable this. I've used some regular expressions in my code, and this tool is a bit dumb, so like as soon as you pass regular expressions, it just like falls apart. I don't know. Anyhow, let me do this. And I think, let me see, I've opened up a website. So I was still a kid. I had my Nokia 3310, right? And you could use these like really sketchy services which like sold you ringtones, and like you had like to give them like your credit card number and stuff like that. And it was scary. But then you had these amazing ringtones, and your friends are like, oh my God, that guy has smoke on the water. And you're like, oh shit, I should have that as well. And you're like, oh, let me copy it and stuff like that. It's like your first like experience of being a pirate, and stick it to the man and just like steal all the ringtones you can find. So I was like, okay, I want to build something silly. So maybe I can make this actually has a protocol. Like they have made like an RFC about this. It's called like RTTLS, like ringtone something something protocol something. But so I wrote some Ruby code. It does some like nasty stuff, and then it plays it. But yeah, I just want to show you a little bit. Maybe I can. Oh no, I don't have control over that anymore. I was wondering if there was a way of disabling the log. Maybe you can just move it. No, it's okay. Well, anyhow, the log is nice anyway. Let's hear it. Actually, I made a loop around this, right? So we can use a lot of effects. So we can use another synth. First of all, use synth. Let's say Zaza. Zaza, sorry. Oh, let me stop it. Yes, so you can make all your childhood dreams come true again. and I think my main like problem for preparing the talk is that every once in a while you just get sucked into Sonic Pi and you end up just like trying out all the songs on the website and just like seeing, oh, will this work? Oh no, I need to change it a little bit. So maybe I was thinking we could like try something else. I think a really good one, which you might be like familiar with, is this. I don't know. If you have like better ideas, I'm willing like to search on the website and try it out for you. So let's try this. The problem with these ringtones is that they're not designed to be looped over. So usually they have a couple of bugs. And I think here I can just like add a pause to the end of it, something like 4, and I think the syntax is this. And it should, oh no, it's not like this. Let me read the regular expression just like once. It's like one of the sentences you're not allowed to say like that many times in life. Let me just read the regular expression. I don't know, maybe it's just broken. I won't bore you with the details. Let's try with another song. And I already tried Blue. I don't know, is that it? I think I'm quite satisfied. How much time do I have left? 5 minutes. That's it? Okay, I'm just gonna end up with a song I've stolen shamelessly. And I think it's a song you might be familiar with. Okay, I think that's it. So you can find me on Twitter as Arkham with a 4. I know it's weird. All the code for this talk is there. And yeah, that's my company. Thank you.